Most youth pastors I meet with struggle with having regularly scheduled volunteer meetings. And when they do have them, there's an uncertainty of exactly what to do.
What are you going to do? I don't know.
So today I'm excited to share with you something that I think is really going to level up your youth ministry. How to communicate effectively with your volunteers when you're with them. I love having regularly scheduled volunteer meetings. We do ours the first Sunday of every month right after church is over. And every volunteer meeting should include 3 core elements.
Hey, Julian, what are they? What are they?
That's encouragement, training, and planning. Think of it kind of like 3 legs of a sturdy stool. With all 3 in place, you've got a strong, balanced team meeting that I believe is going to help your team to grow and own the ministry.
It's mine. It's all mine.
So let's dive in. First things first, encouragement. We all know volunteers give a lot, so it's a huge thing to start your meetings by lifting them up. So how can you do that? Share a quick story about a student who had a breakthrough moment, or highlight a recent event that went really well. Something like, hey, remember last week's outreach event? 5 new students came back on Sunday, and one of them signed up to be part of a small group. That's huge.
That's huge. So huge.
That kind of win reminds everyone why we do what we do. And don't underestimate the power of a little fun either, right? Kick off things with a simple icebreaker. Maybe ask, what's the most memorable youth event you've ever been part of?
Well, it's a long story, and truth be told, I don't remember most of it.
I think asking those kind of things and having icebreakers really helps to get smiles going, and it builds community fast. And of course, food always helps.
It does. It really does.
Even something simple can create a warm, welcoming vibe. Plus, don't forget to shout out individual volunteers who are going above and beyond. I just have to thank Sarah for making those new students feel right at home last week. That's something you can do that's super simple. One idea I love is creating a special award named after a standout volunteer. Like, I used to have a guy named Nolan Sparks who volunteered with me, and we created the Sparky Award kind of to honor Nolan. And he was just this awesome volunteer who went above and beyond. And so the Sparky Award, you hand it out when somebody really shines. It's super fun. It's really encouraging. And you can come up with lots of different ideas. One of the things I wanted to do was to make a bobblehead of Nolan and then give that out to be our Sparky Award. Or you could create a special t-shirt or a gift card, or find an old bowling trophy at a garage sale and have the nameplate changed and give that out as your award. Something fun for people to look forward to. The second thing you want to do at your volunteer meetings is training. By the way, if we haven't met, I'm Eric Witherkay. I'm the host of the Practical Youth Ministry Tips podcast, and I've been doing youth ministry for over 3 decades, and I love to help people in youth ministry like yourself with real practical tips that can implement into your ministry right away. All right, let's keep going with training. Your volunteers want to feel confident and capable, and it's our job as leaders to equip them. And so many volunteers just kind of get tossed in and say, hey, you love Jesus, and I think you can at least pretend to love students, so just jump in, you've got time. But we need to train and equip our volunteers. Starting today, I'm launching a 1-year volunteer training course, and each month you'll get a short video to watch with your team at a leader meeting, and then discuss the questions afterwards. There's going to be a discussion guide to help them unpack the material together. Topics are going to range from connecting with students, how to do great follow-up from events, handling tough, unexpected situations that pop up. You want to keep those meetings interactive. After you watch a video, don't just say, okay, we're done.
Yeah, we're done here.
Ask questions like, what stood out to you? Or how can we apply this next week? Give your team space to share ideas and learn from each other. Dive in with the discussion guides and get your team talking and owning the topic. There's a link in the description below that you can grab that today. Don't wait on this. You're really going to want to dive in and start training your volunteers. Finally, let's talk planning. Your volunteers are more than just extra hands, which sometimes we treat them like that. But they've got great ideas too.
I've got a great idea!
When you're gearing up for an event, break into small groups and brainstorm together. For example, one group might tackle outreach strategies while another one focuses on how to welcome new students better. Here's the deal. When volunteers help shape the events, they feel a deeper sense of ownership. They're not just executing someone else's plan, they're building something alongside you. And I have personally seen that this boosts their excitement and their commitment.
But I am now convinced of your commitment.
And then don't forget to circle back and say, hey, that idea we came up with together, look how it played out. Isn't this awesome? It reinforces their value on the team. Now, all this sounds great, but it hinges on one thing.
But it all hinges on your amazing, deeply upsetting coat.
Staying in touch. People don't communicate the same way. Not everybody is going to receive information the same way. Some may never check their email. I know a guy who literally never checks his email. So mix it up. You might send out a weekly or bi-weekly email with event updates and goals, but also use texting apps like GroupMe or Remind for quick last-minute changes or encouragement. Little text reminders like, try to learn the names of 3 new students tonight, or give 10 high fives before the end of the event. Now, it might seem small, but they help volunteers to stay engaged and intentional. Giving them specific wins helps your volunteers to really go after it. So every week I put out youth ministry content. And if you're looking for more on working with your volunteers, I have a great video right here. Click on that, check it out. I hope that's encouraging to you. Okay, sum it all up. Effective communication with your volunteers comes down to 3 key pillars: encouragement, training, and planning. Start every meeting by celebrating your team. Train them with practical tools and discussions, and get them involved in shaping the future of your ministry. Don't forget, consistent communication through email, text, or in-person check-ins keeps everyone on the same page and excited to serve. I want to encourage you to give these tips a shot at your next volunteer meeting. Notice a difference it makes in your team's overall morale and their effectiveness. And if this was helpful, give it a like, share it with another youth leader, subscribe for practical youth ministry tips. And thank you so much for giving me your time. And until next week, see ya!